Hello, beautiful people. It is the Voodoo Doll from Noir Grimoire. Today I have a video that will hopefully help you organize your life and get your goals in alignment for the year. A lot of us have goals we want to start out with. We're looking for love, we're looking for this, and we don't even really know what the most, where we have the most deficit in our life. So today we're going to be talking about the Wheel of Happiness. Unlike the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Happiness is a tool that you can use to see exactly where things line up in your life. So it measures happiness, family, money, everything that can be categorized into 8 subgroups in our life. So what this wheel looks like is this. I know it's probably going to be hard for you to see, but I will try my best to describe it. So on this wheel, you see that there is 8 sections. There are 8 sections. And then we have 10 circles, 10 concentric circles within each other. So what those sections look like blown up is this. So that would be a pie piece of the 10 sections. So that scale is from 1 to 10. 1 being the least satisfied and the least happy in that field, and then 10 being the most satisfied and happiest in that area. So I'll show you again. We have one big circle, and there are 10 circles within that circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's your scale. So what you would do if you were trying to draw this is you would just draw one big circle, and then you would draw 9 circles within that. That way you will have 10 concentric circles, and that's your scale. Again, showing you the scale and that little pizza slice, 1 through 10. So your categories are going to be this. This is how we are going to see how we're in alignment. So your 8 categories are going to be family and friends, health, significant other. If you don't have a significant other, then / romance. So significant other and romance, money, personal growth, physical environment, fun and recreation, career. So again, family and friends, health, significant other / romance, money, personal growth, physical environment, fun and recreation, and career. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to each little pizza slice and say we start with family and friends. You rate your happiness level from 1 to 10, and you're going to color it in. And you do that for each one. So let's give you an example. Let's say that you're going through your wheel and you're coloring your happiness level. So in family and friends, you have a 3. In health, you're going to give yourself a 7. Significant other, let's say you don't have anyone, so you give yourself a 1, or maybe even a 0. You don't even color the line to 1. Money, a 2. Personal growth, 1. Physical environment, a 3. Fun and recreation, a 10. Career, a 1. Now, what we're trying to do is see if when we put this on our pie chart, our little scale here, if it looks like a wheel. Is it something you can get around on? So just those numbers that I just gave you would look like this. Now, could you put this on a car and go anywhere? It actually looks like a boot on a tire, more than a vehicle of transportation itself or mode of transportation itself. This is not balanced at all. So if you were to sit down and look at this and try to figure out where you needed to start working on your life, it's safe to say that fun and recreation is the last thing that you would be focusing on. Now, we have here a significant other is a 0, basically. Money is a 2. Personal growth 1. We have a lot of low 0s and 1s here. Now, if you were to try to do magic to help out your circumstances or to hire a magician, would you cast a love spell? Would you even be trying to think about a love spell? And if you're one of those people that said yes, I want you to go look in the mirror and slap the shit out of the first person that shows up. Love is the last thing on your list and the least of your concerns. If your wheel looks like this after you got done, money is the first thing that you should be working on. Because if you had fun and recreation as a 10 and money is a 2, I'm assuming your money is a 2 because your fun and recreation is a 10. So we need to take fun and recreation down to a 1 and make money a 10. So this would give you a good gauge on where to start. If our career was also at 0, we might want to start looking at a new job as well. Maybe the money is at a 2, not only because the fun and recreation is at a 10, but because the career is at a 1. So it gives you a good gauge of where to start and how to start advancing your life. If you were to pay money to do any spell with a mage, or if you to do a spell on your own, it better be a fucking money spell. Get love out of your head when your bank is not right. Because when you get everything else right in your life, everything else aligns. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to meet the love of your life the first time that you do a love spell or after you get everything together. It just means that things will start falling into alignment. There's always time for fun and recreation, but we don't have a lot of time sometimes to get our career together. You're in your 40s, late 30s, in your 50s, no college degree, no formal education. It's getting so hard out here that you need a degree to go burn fries at Whataburger or In-N-Out. So it's really time to start getting your career and securing your bag. And that is the first thing that you should be doing, because even at the age of 40, you could take 10 years to get your PhD or 10 years just to finish your undergrad studies, and you would still only be 50 years old. Some people work until their 80s when they get into a career that they love. They don't retire. So finding a career that you really love and starting later in life is better than not starting at all, because you're still going to have to face the music. Imagine being a 55-year-old stripper or a 60-year-old bartender or a 70-year-old cashier, or unable to retire because you didn't plan right in your youth. At 40 years old, you can live your life completely over. Most people, live till 80 or above. So if you're 40 years old and you just start today, you have another 40 or 50 years of life left in you. 10 out of that 40 or 50 to secure your education and make sure you never want for money again in your life is but a minuscule investment in yourself. And then you have all the time for love, fun, and recreation, and all the other things on this wheel normally get into alignment. So let's look at another example. So we have this example. Still not gonna be going anywhere very fast on that, but it kind of symbolizes a wheel. So we have here that this person has a 10 in career, an 8 family and friends, 7 health, 10 in significant other, 9 in money, 8 in personal growth, 10 in physical environment, and 2 in fun and recreation. So this person loves their career, they love their spouse, they love their physical environment, they've worked hard, they probably have a really nice place, their health is good, everything is good, but what we're lacking in is fun and recreation. So not having any fun and not doing anything for ourselves could actually affect our health. So that person would want to look into figuring out what they like to do for fun. Some of us work so hard and being moms and dads and our career that we don't even know what we like to do for fun. Do you like tennis, fencing, martial arts, rollerblading, scuba diving, whatever it is? This person would start taking time, setting aside time every week to research and study what it is that they like to do. Go do something, hate it, quit it, and find something else. And you will find something that you love to do. You'll make new friends that love to do the same thing that you love to do. And then this would be more balanced. You know, if this were just a little bit more balanced, we may be able to drive on this like a bad donut until we could get our permanent tire. But here we're still not riding smooth on this wheel. It's not really a wheel, but it's better than the last one. If we look at another example, I know a lot of us are here and everything is a 1. Well, you know, shit, at least it's consistent. You can definitely roll around on this shit, but how long can you go before you run out of fuel? We don't want our chart to look like this either, where everything is a 1. So if you are in one of those situations where everything is a 1 and you don't even know where to start, then where we're going to basically start, what I always would suggest, is money. If everything is lacking, the first thing you would want to do is work on your money. If your health is lacking, try to figure out your health. Do it simultaneously. Figuring out how you can get yourself out of that situation. What is your health report? What's wrong with you? What do you need? Do you need yoga? Do you need hypnosis? What is it? Figuring out your health. A lot of us are so scared to figure out our health. A lot of us also have a lot of body syndromes where our body is creating things because we're unhappy and it's telling us to slow down, pay attention to this. I could do a whole entire video on body syndromes and how our body creates things to get our attention when we refuse to pay attention to the little things in our life. Being unhappy with money, not being able to make decisions, in a bad relationship, all that stuff could create syndromes in your body, illnesses in your body. So working on our wheel of happiness and trying to get everything out of the 1 range, I would say start with money and health. Health is very important. You can have all the money in the world. It doesn't matter if you have bad health. Sometimes your health is bad because you don't have money. So trying to work on those 2 things and bringing them both up. Working on your relationships with your family and friends. If everything here is a 1 and you're in this range here, you need a therapist. You need a therapist and or a life coach to start helping you figure out goals. Because obviously something's amiss here. You're having problems making decisions, so you need someone to help guide you. And you don't have to be mentally ill to go to a psychotherapist. You don't have to have any sort of problems, you know, mentally to go to a life coach or hypnotherapy. But I would strongly suggest if your numbers are in the 1, 2, and 3 in a lot of different areas, it's time to go look for a psychotherapist. You know, you can text appointments now. They have so many apps where if you just type in psychotherapy, telehealth or something, where you don't even have to leave your house. And some of them are like $50 a month and you get 2 sessions a month. It's amazing the time that we live in, that everything like this is at our fingertips. Start working with a therapist to figure out how to move forward and how to get these levels up. Take this to your therapist. Hey, you know, I found this wheel of happiness. I did it. Everything on my wheel is a 1. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to unpack. I don't know how I got here, and have them help you walk through it. This is a year for healing and for growing and for repairing. So watch this as many times as you have to. Listen to the categories. You'll have 8 little pie slices on this wheel, 10 circles. Inside gives you your scale 1 through 10. Doesn't have to be neat. It could look as ugly as it needs to be. You just want to color it in and you want to see where your levels are and if how uniform your wheel is, and start working on these things 1 by 1. If you are doing magic for yourself and you see here that everything is great and your health is a little bit bad and your love life is a little bit lacking, then do a health spell and a love spell. Go for it. If you see here that, you know, everything is pretty low and money is non-existent, go for that money spell. Fuck love for now and go for money and career, and get yourself together. Everything else starts to flow to us when we feel naturally in alignment. But if you are looking like this, even though we can write on it, out of alignment, this is much better, but still not that aligned. you know, and then here we have, this is just really out of alignment. So we want to get aligned. So that's the best advice I could give for getting started for this year, for knowing where you need to put your money and your energy. I get a lot of people that will, you know, come to me for love spells, and it manifests or doesn't manifest how they want, and they're still unhappy. And it's like, how's your life at home? If you did get this person and the love spell did work, would you still be happy? Because happiness comes from within. Maybe you're thinking this person is going to make you happy when they're not, because you are just not happy yourself. You're miserable. So start looking at this wheel of happiness and really seeing where you reside. You could be affecting your partner's happiness, because we can be as happy as we want to be inside. But if we have a partner that is draining us because they are out of alignment, then we are being affected too, as much as we try not to let it affect us. So, you know, really be cognizant of how we're affecting our partners, our parents, our coworkers, our kids, when we're not in alignment. We become energy vampires. So really sit down and do this and see how in alignment your life is, and whatever areas you are lacking in, reach out for help. Start working on it. Self-help books, whatever it is that you can afford. There are even hypnotherapy colleges that do free pro bono hypnotherapy sessions. I think it's probably the same with psychology. I think you can also even apply to the state if you're a low income and you're receiving any sort of food stamps or housing assistance. You can actually go into, is it LA Health? I can't think of the website off the top of my head, but there are free mental health services for people that are low income, that are already receiving health insurance, food stamps, housing. Call your social worker and figure it out, and then start utilizing those services for a better life. Because this is, you know, 2022. We want to start living in abundance. It's only March, so let's start getting this together and having the best year that we can possible. All right, I will see you guys soon with more self-help videos. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and email me. Bye.